The camera is the camera is like light is on. Okay, good. बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। हम आपके कुरान पाक से आज का दिन शुरू करते हैं। أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس صدق الله العظيم. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका आने का। आज तो मेरा एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन भी है कि आप वाई आज भी है हमने एक साल पहले स्ट्रगल स्टोरी शुरू की थी। सारे क्वेश्चन के बावजूद, सारे इनपुट लेने के बावजूद ये कामयाब नहीं होगा कि यहाँ तो क्लास में मास्टर साहब सामने खड़े होते हैं, दोस्तों कोई पढ़ना नहीं चाहता, आपसे ऑनलाइन कौन पढ़ेगा। तो मैंने कहा अच्छी बात है, जब भी आपको कोई मना करे तो आप उसको नेगेटिव नहीं लेते, उसको इनपुट लेते हैं ताकि आप उसको यूज कर सकें, अपने उसको कंसीडर करते हैं अपने कैसे लाना करना। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह we did it, और आप आज की डेट में 1,45,000 बच्चा क्लोज है पूरे पाकिस्तान से, and we are wishing to empower 1 million of them. पहले 3% जो लोग होते हैं वो स्ट्रगल के बाद आते हैं। ये वो होता है जब आपकी बीवी भी आपकी नहीं करती है। मेरी बीवी ऐसे अभी भी नहीं करती है, होगा ना कि she is the last one to say yes I am working on it. Okay, and that's how you are. आपके अपनी फैमिली में भी आपके लोग यकीन नहीं करते और आपके फ्रेंड्स भी यकीन नहीं करते। कोई सर्कल आपको नहीं, आप you have done it against everybody else here, right? ये आपके लिए मेरे लिए प्रोसेस नहीं है, प्रोसेस doesn't change. तो जो सबसे पहले आप जो चैलेंज है उसको आपने एक्सेप्ट करना। चैलेंज है हमारे मुल्क का कि जो 40% अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, रात में किसी से बात कर रहा था 93% अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट है। And I was shocked. Officially 9% है, इसलिए राइट सेक्टर 0 हो गया ना। तो वो कहते हैं 50% जो वुमेन है, लेडी में फीमेल है, 53% में जो नंबर है उसमें से 1-2% काम करती, बाकी जो काम नहीं करती, घर के काम करती है ना। कोई काम में भी कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं करती, तो सारे अनएम्प्लॉयड है ना, उनको पे तो कोई नहीं करते ना। तो अनथैंकेबल जॉब है वैसे ये 24/7 है जो पे ये हमारी मदद से क्या होगा। 50% वो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी, 16 से 24 के सारे हो गए बच्चे। आप क्या करते हैं, पढ़ रहा हूँ तो काम नहीं करते। 30% वो हमारी यूथ है, 80% हम चले गए, ये हो गया 9% है, बाकी क्या रहेगा। 65 के पास जो रिटायर होते हैं उसको कहते हैं मैं रिटायर हो गए, सबसे पहले उसकी डिग्री कहती है बस आपने बहुत कुछ कर दिया है, बस छोड़े आप, ठीक है। फ्रेंड्स कहते हैं आई क्लेम माय इनिंग ऑलरेडी। बस वेरी स्मॉल नंबर ऑफ पीपल एक्चुअली 6% लोग हैं जो रिटायर्ड हैं, जो लिविंग 6% वो आई कैन से 93% ये सारे अनएम्प्लॉयड में रात में रिटायरमेंट के लिए नहीं कर रहा था। तो हम उस मुल्क में रहते हैं जिसमें 93% अनएम्प्लॉयड लोग हैं। इसकी घर में एक जो काम करता है वो बेचारा गधा बन जाता है। बेशक वो मेरा यकीन है, मैं मेरा की बात कर रहा हूँ, उसको मैं इंसान को गधा नहीं कर रहा। तो वो उसकी वजह क्या है, वो मेरा पूरा अमेरिका गया है, बस $1,000 आएंगे काम करता रहेगा, राइट। कोई एक साथ कोई भी काम करते हैं वो सारा बोझ उस पर होता है, उसका सिर्फ रोटी फैमिली का बोझ होता है, इमीडिएट लैब वाइट वासी जाता है, रोटी सबका बोझ उस पर होता है। तो उसको कभी कोई ये नहीं पूछता कि आपकी कभी नहीं पूछा किसी ने। ये हमारा चैलेंज है, हमारे नेशन का चैलेंज है, ये आपके घर का चैलेंज है, यही चैलेंज मेरा अपना है। Is that true or true? 1% डाउट है तो आपने जो मैं करूँ, इसको हमने मिलकर ठीक करना है। आई कैन बी ओवरलोड, आपने करना है। यू आर द रिजल्ट ऑफ 145,000 एफर्ट्स। लोग मुझे पाकिस्तान में मिलियन का मिलियन वाच कर चुके हैं, एंड वी नो एग्जैक्टली हु दे आर। बाय द वे, ये नहीं हमें पता कौन वाच करने वाला कौन है, हमें पता है क्या प्रोफाइल है, क्या एज है की, वो कैसे बात करते हैं, किसको गाली देते हैं, किसके वो फॉलो करते हैं, वो उसकी नहीं, उसकी डजंट मैटर। जो आपके मुंह से आ रहा है वो कहते हैं कि ये ऑनलाइन काम जो फ्रॉड होता है। और आई एम सो ग्लैड कि आपने हमें बता दिया आपका माइंडसेट क्या है। आपको आप बताएं कि वो फ्रॉड होता है। You are the result of the same process. Everybody else is online fraud. Mohammed Iman के साथ जी, तो ऑनलाइन बिल्कुल फ्रॉड होता है ना। जैसे एग्जाम्पल, मोहम्मद इमरान मेरे साथ खड़ा है, हाई स्कूल पास है, मैट्रिक सेकंड डिवीजन में, 8 साल से मेरे को जानता हूँ, ओपनिंग यूज नहीं जानता हूँ। इन्होंने ऑनलाइन $1 मिलियन के वेरी क्लोज टू $1 मिलियन ऑनलाइन अर्न किए। कितने फाइनली आपके 22 फाइल है। अगर मैट्रिक में हाई स्कूल में रावलपिंडी से रह के एक ऑनलाइन सेकंड डिवीजन में $1 मिलियन ऑनलाइन अर्न कर सकता है, मैं प्रॉफिट की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ये कैसे कर सकता हूँ। कैन यू डू इट? ये अगर ये बात है कि सबसे बड़ा फ्रॉड है खुद, उस फ्रॉड का रिजल्ट मैं आपको बताता हूँ। इनका अपना घर है, पेड ऑफ। कितने लोग हैं जो मैट्रिक में अपने घर पेड ऑफ होते हैं। ये कोई गोल्डन स्पून लेके कर रहे हैं, गांव से बताएं गांव का नाम। मेरा गांव है मटोआ के पास, के गांव के पास, ठीक है। उसके साथ इनके रियल एस्टेट की इन्वेस्टमेंट्स भी बता दें, अमाउंट हाई लेवल ऑलमोस्ट $1 बिलियन।
Oh my God.
If he can do it, can you do it?
It's $1 billion.
What is stopping you? That's you. Nobody else is stopping you. What's the excuse? आप जब एम्प्लॉय हायर करते हैं, ये करते हैं कि इसको मैंने छोड़ के रखना है, या इस करते हैं कि ये बंदा अपना सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट हो और खुद काम करे अपनी मेहनत से। जब भी मैं किसी को हायर करता हूँ तो मैं एक लीडर तैयार करने के लिए मैं उसको उसके बाद पूरा मोहब्बत से पेश आता हूँ और उसको ऐसे ट्रेंड करता हूँ कि वो मेरी कॉपी है। ये तो आपको मेरे साथ से आपको कंपटीशन में आ जाएंगे। मेरे पास नहीं, मैं की बात बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना?
बिल्कुल।
आपके पास क्या जब भी आप किसी को अपनी कॉपी बनाते हो तो भी आपके साथ इंटरेस्ट रहता है और आप उसके साथ बिजनेस करते हो। अगर मैं अपनी 10 कॉपी बनाता हूँ, वो सेल्स में मुझे कंपेयर नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है वो उनके पास नहीं। ठीक है, इन टर्म्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन जो वो जानते हैं, अगर मैं उनको ऐसे ट्रेंड करूँ मैं अपनी कॉपी बनाऊँ तो आप ये कहेंगे मैं 10 टाइम होगा। आपके बिजनेस में आपके गोल की चेंज सोचना, आपने कैसे चेंज कर सकते हैं। लेकिन क्या कर तू मत, you have to change everything what you're doing right now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
ये सोच लेके तो क्या फायदा है स्टोरी में। जी राकेश साहब,
जब आप करेंगे, आप एक्सपेंड करेंगे तो अपना काम भी इजी हो जाएगा, अपनी जिम्मेदारियां आपकी।
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही। तो असल में आज मेरा मिशन ये है कि मेरे 1000 लोगों को मेरी स्लीप बनाना है। कुछ की बात कर रहे हैं ना, 1000 मैं ना करता हूँ, मैं ये काम नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन मैं जब ना किसी को करता हूँ उसका मैं मतलब बताता हूँ। ना का मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं आपकी हेल्प नहीं करना चाहता, इसको कभी कर लेना। मेरे पास कोई बंदा नहीं है जो आपको काम कर सके, या वो ऑक्युपाइड है क्योंकि मैं खुद को काम करना नहीं चाहता, आपको पता ही नहीं। anything I have to do, I may know it to do. Doesn't matter. I don't have time. इसके पास टाइम है, किसी के पास टाइम नहीं. You have to earn it. ठीक है? वो जो काम आप बता रहे हैं वो मेरे करंट प्रायोरिटीज में वो लिस्ट में नहीं है. अभी राइट नाउ मेरा फोकस नहीं है वो, इसलिए मुझे ना करनी पड़ती है. और मैं साथ में उसको बता दूंगा ये 6 बंदे इनके पास जिसके वहां जरूरी था. मैं आपका नाम बताऊं, आपका दिल का बता दो नाम. ठीक है? वो काम करेंगे आपको पे करना बैठे आप उसको ज्यादा पे कर दें आप काम अच्छा कर सकें. आप ये सोचिए मुझे क्या मिल रहा है, मेरा क्या फायदा है, यही करता है ना इसलिए आप सीखे की बहुत है. क्योंकि जब आप इतना लिमिटेड सोचते मेरा क्या फायदा है, अल्लाह ताला आपको उतना ही देता है. ठीक है? So we are going to get live with Jason Gilbert who are Atlanta में here भी right now. It's after midnight. 12:30 वहाँ पे हुए. उसी साथ जेसन गिलबर्ट को लाइव में बता दें जब होगा फिर मेरे पास मैसेज कर दें. कि उनका टॉपिक है जेसन गिलबर्ट को आप जानते हैं नहीं जानते तो लेट मी टेल यू. वो उसका टॉपिक है गो बिग और गो होम. ये जो लिमिटेड सोच है ये इसको आप ही को अपने आप को लिमिट कर दे. यू हैव नो आइडिया व्हाट यू कैन अचीव. वो आप ही लिमिट उसकी. मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है ये भी आप लिमिट हो. आप आगे नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि मुझे सीख जाने वाला नहीं है, वो भी लिमिट आप हो. उनके पास रिसोर्सेज है मेरे पास नहीं है, उसकी लिमिट भी आप ही हो. You are your worst enemy. Let me tell you. Nobody else. You are your worst enemy on your own. आपको सीखना है कि वो काम कैसे करना है. The right way, step by step. आप इमेजिन करें आप हार्ट सर्जन हैं. आप कहते हैं बच्चे का किसी का हार्ट का कोई मसला है, you know it happens at the moment every day. आप कहते हैं I love my kids so much. मुझे इनकी आपकी मैं डॉक्टर साहब मैं आपको जानता हूँ. मैं डॉक्टर साहब को कितना जानते थे, कुछ नहीं जानते. You don't know a thing. वो आपको इस स्टेज होता है. आप कहते हैं because I love my kids so much, he is the only son I have. आप मुझे ये बताएं कि मुझे सारा कुछ मुझे बता दें, मैं इसको पूरा प्रेयर करना चाहता हूँ. कितने लोगों ने बात की कभी नहीं कहा. You know why? There is only one reason. और वो कहते हैं ये तो यूट्यूब पे लिखा हुआ है सर्जरी है, वो किताबें तो 100 साल पुरानी है. प्लस बुक्स में सारा कुछ लिखा है क्या करना है. बुक्स में ये नहीं लिखा हो क्या नहीं करना. क्या नहीं करने से व्यक्ति बच सकती है. ऐसा है या नहीं? That's our experience. Experience is not the best teacher, it is the only teacher. You have to learn from that. You need to get with someone who has done that over and over. इसलिए आप एक्सपर्ट के पास जाते हैं ना, वो सारे आपको पहले सवाल पूछता है. इतने सवाल पूछा कि ये रिपीट कर बच्चा तो मैं समझता हूँ उसको भी कोई मसला है. अब स्टिल नीड टू गो थ्रू ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. सबसे पहले जो भी कोई मसला आता है, ये मैंने बात शुरू की तो वो चीज बताने का जैसे रहती है. तो सबसे पहले आपने उस प्रॉब्लम को एक्नॉलेज करना कि ये प्रॉब्लम एग्जिस्ट करता है. आपकी पेन है जो भी उसका सिम्टम है आपको एक्नॉलेज करना है, विच इज 50% ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन. अगर आप उस सिम्टम को इग्नोर कर देंगे तो बाद में बहुत बड़ा मसला बन जाता है. ऐसे ही है ना. तो जब आप बात करते हैं किसी को किसी का सॉल्यूशन देते हैं तो आप बात उसको एक्नॉलेज करें करें जो चैलेंज आपको ये इश्यू आपको हो रहा है. अंदर में उसको छोड़ने में सॉल्यूशन बताएं. ऐसे होता है ना. कभी डॉक्टर आपको कहते हैं कि बुखार है फौरन आपके लिए दवाई खा लें तो क्या है 6 साल पूछ रहा हूँ ये बहुत ज्यादा पूछती है. तो 50% इज एक्नॉलेजिंग चैलेंज या है. 30% is well defining the challenge का है. 20% is the solution. 20% solution का वो कहता है ये टेस्ट किया तो टेम्परेचर चेक करता है फिर वो कोई ब्लड का टेस्ट नहीं होता है, डिपेंड करता है हर बंदे पे, वो डेफिनेशन उसको वेल डिफाइन कर रहे हैं, नैरो डाउन कर रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली। वो कहते हैं मेरे बुखार है, बुखार के बहुत सारे रीजन होते हैं। एक रीजन बुखार जो आपका फीवर है, ये एज एंड रिजल्ट ऑफ समथिंग एल्स, फीवर ऐसे इंसान को कभी नहीं होता। मैं डॉक्टर नहीं हूँ, मेडिकली इंजीनियर बताएं, जो आपका जो सर दर्द हो रहा है, सर दर्द भी किसी और चीज का रिजल्ट है। नींद नहीं आती, असल में नींद नहीं आती, परेशानियां फाइनेंशियल है, रिलेशनशिप में गड़बड़ है, ये सारी वो जब कुछ असल चीज कोई और है, नींद की तो वो तो आपको जो रूट कॉज है उसको एड्रेस करना है। पहले आपने उस चैलेंज को एक्नॉलेज करना है, फिर आपने उसको वेल डिफाइन करना है, फिर उसके सॉल्यूशन पे बात करते हैं। यू कांट लीव इट हाउ मेनी पीपल कम टू मी, आई मीन प्रॉब्लम्स आर प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ दैट स्पेसिफिक पाकिस्तान। सर आपको पता है इसका सॉल्यूशन बता दें। आई डोंट नो एनी अदर वे। मैं सवाल पूछ रहा हूं, सवाल का जवाब नहीं आता। जब हमने सवाल पूछूंगा आपको जवाब नहीं आएगा, अगला वाला सवाल का जवाब करेंगे, लास्ट में आ जाएंगे। This is ready. Let me see if I can get this through. तो आपने कुछ सीखा है कि आप आपने किसी से सॉल्यूशन लेने के लिए पहले आपने प्रॉब्लम को एक्नॉलेज करना है, फिर उसको वेल डिफाइन करना है, फिर आपने उसका सॉल्यूशन। ये एक ही प्रोसेस है, दिस नो द प्रोसेस टू फाइंड अ सॉल्यूशन। क्योंकि उससे पहले तो पहले का अगर आपको फोन पे दवाई दे दे बुखार की, अल्लाह ना करे, तो उसके बॉडी में उसके रिएक्शन बहुत होते हैं। तो कहते हैं डॉक्टर साहब की दवाई काम नहीं करती, अप्रोच से ना प्रोसेस आपने पूरी प्रोसेस को फॉलो नहीं किया। इसलिए अमेरिका में डॉक्टर फोन पे दवाई नहीं देता करनी है, कॉल कर ना किसी की दवाई दे सकते हैं। यहाँ तो कहते हैं डॉक्टर बड़ा अच्छा है, उसकी मसला सारी बहुत है ना, वो वेल डिफाइन करके वहाँ पे हजार से टेस्ट करके मतलब ऐसे करने जाते हैं, लेकिन ब्लड तो पहले कमेंट कर दे चुके हैं बिकॉज़ दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन वेल डिफाइनिंग द प्रॉब्लम। उन्होंने एलिमिनेट करना है व्हाट नॉट टू डू। तो टेस्ट सारे करने का मतलब ये होता है आइडेंटिफाई करना कि ऐसा चीज क्या है ताकि वो गलत दवाई को किसी और चीज की और उसको नहीं करे, वो ना देगा। ठीक है ना? फिर उसका बताते हैं सॉल्यूशन के ये रिजल्ट्स आ सकते हैं और फिर आपको ये आपकी जो फाइनेंशियल लाइफ है ये भी वही है, प्रोसेस एक ही है एक तरह काम करने का। बाकी सारे गैस वर्क हैं, गैस वर्क तो हम नहीं बनेंगे, लेकिन हर रोज हर हर मोमेंट्स होते हैं। रिमोट गैस लेना बहुत मुश्किल काम है, जैसे जब टाइम बिजनेस हो जाएगा। Yes, sir. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. Just let me see. Thank you. So, अभी आपके साथ जेसन गिलबर्ट होंगे, वैसे वो सेन डिएगो से हैं। He is the mentor, my mentor भी है, just you know that I learn from him every day, and he is the mentor to CEOs in 20 countries who he travels all over the world, और उनकी कुछ ऐसी चार्ज करते हैं मेंटर करने की, मिनिमम $25,000, $50,000, उसमें से 30 मिनट्स की एवरी वीक कन्वर्सेशन करते हैं। It starts on time and ends on time. ठीक है? He has a few hundred clients. Is that good money? अगर आपके पास 200 क्लाइंट्स हो और मिनिमम $25,000 साल का दे रहा हो आपको, 25-50 और 25 का जैसे ना ये से आगे में 10
Hello, Sadiq. I can you hear me?
Yes, yes. I can see your hairstyle. You're looking good, man. You are on main screen. Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, it's hard to hear you, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Everyone can see you. And your time starts right now. They can hear you and they can see you as well. Jason,
Yes.
go for it.
What?
Go for it.
Go live?
Yes.
Start talking?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Hello, everybody. This is Jason Gilbert here, master trainer for the Pakistani Social Entrepreneurship Academy. I'm very pleased to be with you today. And thank you for having me and inviting me to your conference. I know this is being broadcast to many thousands of people in many different lands. Right now, I am in the United States. It is 12:30 a.m., so it's very late at night here. I'm in a room where we had a conference today. Today was day 3 of a 4-day conference. Many high-level people from around the world, entrepreneurs, business owners, coming to learn how to grow their business. They paid a lot of money to be here from many different countries. And I'm going to tell you some of the same things that I told them today. Now they are all gone. The room is empty. You could see behind me the screen. This is the room where we were doing the conference in a very expensive hotel. And we do that because we want to give people the very best quality experience. They are all asleep now, but I'm awake and I'm here for you because I'm excited to be speaking to you about the things that we know help people, help entrepreneurs and business owners, or anybody who wants to achieve more in their business or more in their life and attain higher goals. People ask me all the time, Jason, what is the key to success? And I don't like that question because people assume there's one key. There's not one key. There's many keys. If there was just one key, it would be easy. We all would just get the key and we would all have success. You have to have many keys. Many keys. Some of those keys are transactional, meaning they're steps that you do. And some of those are transformational, meaning they are things that you do that change your mind and change your situation and set the foundation for success. It's very important to have the right mindset for success. One of those things is to think big. To think big. Many people limit themselves and their beliefs. We call them limiting beliefs. And you think, I can't do it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or that person is successful only because they're lucky, or they have a special circumstance, or something is in their favor, or they have a special connection. I don't believe in luck. I believe your chances improve when you follow the principles that make other people successful. And thinking big is one of those things, setting goals, high goals. If you set goals that are very high and you do not achieve your high goals, you still achieve a lot. But many people set no goals. It's important to set some goals. I want you to set high goals, but be sure to set any goal. Some of those goals could be financial, how much money you will make. Some of those goals could be a certain benefit or a result that you provide people. I like businesses that help other people. It's very important that when you do a business, when you choose a business, you choose something that you're passionate about, that you really, really enjoy. And that's because sometimes business is very hard. There are very difficult days, bad days. You will still enjoy getting up and doing it because you are passionate about it. Many people do businesses just to make money. You can do that, but when you chase the money, it never works. Sometimes it works temporarily, but then everybody I know always ends up losing the money or runs out of money. So it's best to do something that helps people, and then the money becomes the byproduct. The money is what happens as a result of you helping people and doing something that solves a problem for people, doing something that benefits people. And when you benefit people, you will benefit, then the money will come. It's hard to believe until you do it. It's easy to say. When people used to say that to me, I say, it's easy for you to say you have money. I don't. So I would just chase the money. I'd say, well, I'll make some money, then I'll do it your way. But then I would learn the hard way that my mentors were right and I was wrong. Because a mentor's hindsight is your foresight. What they have done in the past is your future. And a good mentor can see the future for you and help you. And so set goals, set high goals, and create a plan. When you create a plan, it's not just steps. That's good to have steps, but start with the end in mind. What is the end of the plan? Let's say, for example, you want to achieve something in 12 months. Maybe it's make a certain amount of money. Maybe you want to make 100,000 rupees in 1 year. So you need to work backwards and reverse engineer, just like the engineers and the scientists do, work backwards and say, well, if I'm going to earn a certain amount of money or achieve something specific in 12 months, then where must I be in 9 months? And if I'm going to be there in 9 months, where must I be in 6? And where must I be in 3? And then where must I be in 60 days and 30 days? And then you can create a bridge and build a blueprint, just like a bridge builder does, to get from here where you are now to where you want to be in the future. 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, whatever that is. You can do this for business and you can do this for your life. You can do it for other things in your life. Look to the future. When you die, hopefully you will live a long life. What do you want your life to be like? What is the impact that you want to have made? Is it just to have had a successful business? Maybe it's to have had a certain impact on your family, your children, or other people, your brothers and sisters in society. Maybe it's a certain thing that you want to achieve or build that creates an impact in your community, in the nation, or in the whole world. So in order to do that, you have to see the future. And before you can create that plan, you have to visualize. That's why they call entrepreneurs visionaries. To be a visionary, you must envision the outcome very clearly. And that requires mental focus and quiet time. There's many distractions all day long. We have demands. We must do this. We must do that. Things we want to do, things people want us to do. But you need to take time to think and focus. And if you visualize in your mind with your eyes closed, just like when you pray and you think and you pray to God, you also think in quiet moments, you think about your future and what it looks like. One of my colleagues is one of the most successful people in America. And he started his company only 7 years ago. Now he's friends with one of the former presidents and makes over $100 million a year. And he said he visualized everything about his business and the success in the future, including the floors in his office and the carpet that lays over the floors and a logo that's in the carpet, like every little detail he visualized. And if you know this, sports heroes, people who are very, very good in sports, they do this. They visualize the play. They visualize their performance. Imran Khan is well known for this, right? And many other players of the highest caliber. Yes, they are gifted with certain talents, but many people who have the talents do not achieve the results. So it's important to visualize your success, visualize your outcome. And then it comes down to implementation. You must implement quickly. It's called high speed implementation, HSI. Do not procrastinate. Quick, fast, fast. Procrastination is a disease. When you procrastinate, things don't happen. So you cannot make excuses. The fewer excuses you make, the more successful you will be. And if you do things in small numbers, in small amounts, instead of trying to do something big all at once, that's very overwhelming. It's very difficult for the mind to process that. So do things in small amounts. This is how Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. Many years, nobody could break the 4-minute mile. They could not run 1 mile faster than 4 minutes. And Roger Bannister said he was able to do it finally, because instead of trying to run 4 miles or 1 mile in 4 minutes, instead he ran a quarter of a mile in 1 minute. And he kept practicing that until he could achieve 1/4 of a mile in 1 minute. And then he took the next small bite and he ran and achieved a 1/2 mile in 2 minutes. And then 3/4 of a mile in 3 minutes. And finally, he broke the 1 minute mile in 4 minutes, or the 1 mile in 4 minutes. And it was nobody in the world had ever done it. He became a knight in Great Britain as a result. And he's still a hero to this day, because he took a different approach. So many people tried and failed. Do things in small amounts, baby steps. And when you look at successful people, you think, oh, their life is so good. Everything is so wonderful for them. But me, I have problems. I have challenges. I have obstacles. I have barriers. We all do. Nobody in life is exempt or immune from adversity. Everybody has problems and challenges. But adversity builds character. It makes you tougher. The more adversity you have, the stronger you become. So you have to learn how to deal with it and turn it into something positive. Some people have so much adversity, but if you can turn it into strength, you become like a superhero, superhuman. And rather than focus on your problems, reflect on how many other people have problems worse than yours. And they would love to trade your problems for their problems. When my wife passed away and she died, and I had 2 young daughters, one 3-year-old, one 8-week-old. She was in a coma on life support, barely alive. She did survive. And then I was a single father for years and became an entrepreneur, and it was difficult. People said, how do you do that? why are you not, you're always so happy? And I said, because God has blessed me with many good things. And rather than focus on the negative, I focus on the positive. And I know people have many problems worse than mine, much worse. And I am not alone. So I focus on the blessings and not the adversity and not the challenges. And that is something that has always helped me in life. And so I don't get upset about things. I fix things. I deal with things. Especially after my wife passed away, things to me that seemed little or seems things to me that seemed really big. And I made a big deal out of everything, a problem, everything, a big deal, get stressed out. When you lose someone that you love very close, and I know some of you have, suddenly those big things are little things. But that is what we must do. We shouldn't have to lose people and suffer loss and experience grief to realize that. God gives us the gifts and the mind to understand that not everything is such a big deal, and that we have the ability to overcome. And when we overcome, that is the true test of a man's character. Somebody who can come back from adversity. Many people can be successful, but people who have big problems, big downfalls, major adversity, and then become successful, those are the people I respect the most. And many of you I know have had adversity or are having adversity now. Or maybe you feel you don't have enough money and you try, but keep in mind, you are wealthy. If you have your eyesight, imagine how much a man would pay if he had all the money in the world for your sight. Somebody who is blind. Maybe they would pay millions of rupees for one eye or two eyes, or to hear, or something else that maybe you have that they don't have. So you are wealthy in many ways. The money will come, especially if you learn how to ask. Learn how to ask. I call it the art of the ask. It's okay to ask. Don't beg, but it's okay to ask. In fact, many times you don't have to ask. When you're selling something, you have to ask. You ask for the sell. But sometimes, especially if you can learn how to get people to like you and trust you, then they will buy from you or help you. If they like you and trust you, they will buy from you and help you. So one thing is to make sure that when you talk to people, especially for the first time, and you have something to offer, a service or a product, don't always sell immediately. Maybe find out what's in it for them. What is their need? How can we solve their problem? Especially if you meet somebody who's very high level, you know that they're very selective and they limit who they surround themselves with. So try to find out what their needs are and help them. And then that will open the door and the opportunity for them to help you. Maybe they'll buy your product, or maybe they'll make a connection or open a door or create an opportunity for you. And these things will happen if you do what I call mind feed. Mind feeding is reading and watching videos and things like that of people and their stories who are successful. So you can study them and all the reasons and the keys to success that made them who they are. So in your spare time, don't fill your spare time with wasteful things that don't make you a better person or make you money. You have to assess everything you're doing and say, is it generating income and money, or is it making me a better person spiritually, Or is it making me a better person in business or in athletics or in charity or whatever your activities are? So try to make sure, even when I do things that are entertaining, I try to make sure that those activities can somehow make me a better person. Sometimes if I watch TV or movies, I try to watch TV and movies and things that educate or I can somehow learn from or benefit from. And this is very important, is to be good to other people. Always be good to other people. Don't be too demanding. Don't be a know-it-all. Be humble and always be positive. Always be positive. Never be negative. People can feel your negative energy. They don't like being around people who are negative. And I encourage you to fire all the negative people in your life. It will change your life. If you can eliminate all the negativity and negative people in your life, skeptics, people that say you can't do it, don't take advice from people who are unsuccessful. Because they are not successful. They do not want you to be successful. So they will bring you down. You can't do it. This person only did it because of this, or they have all these reasons. Right? Sometimes when it's family, you can't truly fire them, but you have to limit the time and the negativity. And surround yourself with people who are positive. People who are high quality. Align yourself with the right people. And find people who are successful and adopt the habits and the disciplines of those people that are doing what you want to do, that you are aspiring to do. And then you can raise your standards and you can have a winning attitude. You know, everybody in the world knows, even parts of the world that don't really have cricket. They all know Pakistan is the best in the world. So everybody should aspire to be like the Pakistani cricket team of their business or whatever activity that they are doing. Or whoever your favorite athlete is, the best of the best. Try to be that person in your business, in your life. They work hard, they train hard, they practice, they work as a team. It doesn't just happen. So it does take hard work, it does take effort. And if you do these things that I've been telling you, you will be not just successful, you will be significant. Success is great, but very few people in the world become significant. You want to leave this world with a legacy. To do that, you have to try to be significant to your loved ones, to your family, to your friends, and to as many people as possible. A legacy is when you are still having an impact and doing good things after you die. Most people do not have a legacy. So you have to think to the future, visualize. What does that look like? How will I leave a legacy? And then reverse engineer and work backwards and build a bridge from here to there. When you give and you see the fruits of your labor, seeing the significance of your impact on the world is so moving. It inspires you to work more and make more in order to give more. Giving is the greatest gift that gives back. To see that what you contribute to the world makes a huge difference in the lives of others. It is what inspiration is all about. Part of the problem with inspiration for entrepreneurs is creating a healthier work-life balance. Many entrepreneurs do not give enough attention to their physical, mental, or emotional well-being. They work all hours, eat whatever food is closest to them, and blindly finish tasks under very difficult conditions. That this type of lifestyle is a recipe for burnout. The state of mind which allows them to find inspiration becomes more elusive if they aren't addressing their own needs along the way. So it's very important that you take care of yourself and not neglect your own needs, that you eat right, exercise, and provide energy to achieve the things you need to, both in the short term and in the long term, so that you can achieve success and significance and leave a legacy for those that you love and that you care for long after you leave this world. Inshallah. Thank you very much, everybody.
Jason, thank you so much. Can you hear me? Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yep.
2 years ago, when I asked you to help Pakistani people, you said yes in like 20 minutes on the French fries sitting in the hotel in LA. Then I came directly from Pakistan at the time. What made you to say yes and why?
Say the last part again, the very last part.
What made you to say yes and why?
What made me say yes to?
To PC.
Oh, you. You asked. You are an expert in the art of the ask. You know how to ask. You surround yourself with great people. You inspire everybody. And you asked me to help you. So number one, I would do anything for you because I love you like a brother and I trust you. And because I know you're one of the very few people in my inner circle of friends and colleagues, because I've seen the results that you've created for everybody. And also because I know there's so much potential in Pakistan. And so if we can help the people of Pakistan to have the opportunities to create a better life for themselves, then everybody benefits. I was very inspired when I came and visited there. And not only, I travel all over the world, many countries, but I've never received the hospitality that I have there in Pakistan. But more than just that, I saw the spirit of the people wanting to be able to learn and to do more. It was a hunger and a passion, and that's very inspiring. So my spirit is fulfilled whenever I can give to people and help people. And so that is why.
Thank you so much. I have a very tough question to pose on this. We don't look like you, we don't speak like you, then why? Did you get my question? Yes, sir?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
What are you asking me?
We don't look like you, we don't speak like you, and our name doesn't sound like you, then why?
Oh, why do I help people who don't look like me and speak like me?
Of course.
Because we're all created by God, by Allah. So we are all brothers. And I was brought up, I was raised in my religion to love everybody and to help everybody. I don't care what anybody looks like or speaks like. We are all precious, and we are all children of God. And so to me, country, look, language is irrelevant. It's that simple to me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can go to sleep now, and I'm going to wake you up at 5 a.m. Your time. Plenty of time to sleep.
5 a.m.?
5 a.m. Be ready at 5 a.m.
5. Okay.
5 a.m. Atlanta time. That will be 3 p.m. here.
Okay.
Okay. Good night. Sweet dreams.
Good night.
Thank you. Okay. It's a tea break. Let's enjoy the tea and 10 minutes. Time starts right now.